Hi, Assalamualaikum. I am Nurada binti Kamar Risham and my other group members are Nur Farhah Natasha binti Hussein and Nurul Natasha binti Johari. And we are from group KBA2495C. As for today's, we would like to present about Islamic Real Estate Investment Trust, or in short, we call it i-REITs. So first things first, what is Islamic REITs? In general, an Islamic REIT is a collective investment scheme in real estate in which the tenant operates permissible activities according to the Sharia.
Next is feature of i-REIT. First is non-perceivable rentability. Rental activity is a main income stream to investor. It ensure the rental derived from halal or permissible sources. According to Sharia Advisory Council of Security Commission guideline, following rental activity that is considered as non-perceivable such as gambling based on riba, selling or manufacture the non-halal product or retail product. A part of the activity, the Sharia community or advisor allow to use their own constitution based on ijtihad to determine other activity that are deemed non-permissible to be included as criteria to assessing the rental income for i-REIT. And i-REIT must invest in the real estate where all the tenant carry out fully Sharia compliant activity. Second is rental from tenant who operate the mixed activity. In the case when the tenant operate the mixed activity, is called activity are permitted by the Sharia, atau the some other activity may contain a small instance of prohibited element by the Sharia principle. Then Sharia advisor must perform the compliance assessment with additional consideration. The most important consideration is the rental from non-perceivable activity must not exceed 20% of total turnover of i-REIT. Third point is acquisition of real estate. Sharia compliant assessment must be carried out by the appointed Sharia advisor. It is not permitted to acquire the real estate with all tenant operate non-perceivable activity even if the percentage of rental from the same real estate with a certain benchmark. The fourth point is renting out to new tenant. The 20% benchmark is determine the status of mixed rental income need to be applied in the case of renting out to new tenant. This because the asset new tenant receive from not perceivable activities they are unknown. However, in the case is when a new tenant involved in an activity where not perceivable, then fund manager not allowed to accept the such as a new tenant. Fifth point is instrument used in investment, deposit and financing for i-REITs. i-REIT must ensure that all form of investment, deposit and financing instrument comply with the Sharia principle. All investment in non-real estate asset, deposit and money market instrument must be compliant with Sharia compliant also. Next is takaful coverage. The guideline issued by the Security Commission also stipulate the i-REITs must use the takaful scheme to real estate. If real estate has covered by conventional insurance policy and at the point the insurance policy expired, the real estate must be covered by takaful scheme unless the takaful scheme is not available or not commercial valid. Next topic is Sharia principle used in the i-REITs. First, the Sharia principle used in i-REIT is riba. Second is investing in business involved in prohibited activity. Third is mindset. Fourth is uncertainty or gharar. For riba, Islam consider is lending with interest payment is an exploitation, the practice that favor the lender at the expense of the borrower. According to Sharia principle, the riba is strictly prohibited in the i-REITs. Second is invest in business involved in prohibited activity. Something such as selling or produce alcohol or pork is prohibited in Islam. This activity considered as forbidden, and is also forbidden in i-REITs. The third point is maisir or speculation. The Sharia principle strictly prohibited any form of speculation or maisir or gambling. Islam financial institution cannot be involved in contact where the ownership of good depend on uncertainty event in the future. Okay, last point for Sharia principle used in i-REIT is uncertainty. The rules of Islamic finance is ban the participant in contact with an uncertainty. The legitimacy of risk or uncertain investment. Negara is overseen with the different contract and short selling with a forbidden in i-REITs.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Farha Natasha binti Hussein. I would like to present about different comparison and different between Islamic and conventional instrument in i-REITs. And also the second one, I would like to present the structure of the i-REITs. Okay, we will go through about the comparison between Islamic and conventional i-REITs. First, we will go through about Islamic instrument. Islamic instrument of i-REITs is first is a rental for real estate by Islamic REITs for business purpose, and second, investment, deposit and financing for Islamic i-REITs. Third is takaful scheme to ensure real estate. A conventional insurance scheme is unable to provide the insurance coverage desired. And fourth is forward sale or purchase of currency of risk management and the Islamic financial institution under the concept of wa'ad, which is only one party is obligated to fulfill his promise or responsibility. Participation in conventional forward sale or purchase of currency is permitted if the Islamic REITs deal with conventional financial institution only. Okay, next we will go through for conventional instrument. Conventional instrument, financial service based on riba, which is interest, and also the activities in conventional instrument based on gambling or gaming. And third is conventional insurance, entertainment activities that are not allowed by Sharia law. And fourth is conventional instrument, manufacturing or sale of tobacco-based product or related product, which is haram and non-permissible in Islam. Stockbroking or share trading in Sharia non-compliant securities, and other activities that are not permitted by Sharia law. Okay, next we will discuss about structure of REITs. Okay, a typical REIT structure work like this. First, money is raised from unit holder through an initial public offering, which is IPO, and used by the REIT to purchase a pool of real estate properties. Second, these properties are then leased out to tenants. And third, in return, the income flow back to the unit holder, which is investor, as income distribution that are amounts similar to dividends. Most REITs have annual REITs manager fees, property manager fees, trustee fees, and other expenses that will be deducted from their profit before distribution are made. Some REITs which hold properties in foreign jurisdiction may also be subject to taxation by the relevant jurisdiction. Investors can find information on these fees in the REITs prospectus and financial statement. The flow of REITs investment. First is investor invest in i-REITs through holding of units. Second, i-REIT acquire real estate as its pool of assets. And third, manager manage and administer i-REIT. 4. Trustee acts as the custodian of the fund. And 5th, the Sharia Committee advises on matters pertaining to Sharia. And 6. Property manager provides maintenance and management service of the real estate. And 7 is tenants rent the real estate.
Next, let's proceed to the case study. There are 4 types of Islamic REITs. First, equity REITs, mortgage REITs, hybrid REITs, and staple REITs. For equity REITs own and manage income-producing real estate involves a wide range of activities, including developing, leasing, and providing building management and tenant services. Now, then, mortgage REITs. Mortgage REITs provide money for real estate that generates income by purchasing or issuing mortgage and mortgage-backed securities and generates interest income on these investments. Mortgage REIT also provide a short and long-term mortgage. Next is hybrid REITs. It is a combination of equity REITs and mortgage REITs. They own and operate income like an equity REITs and also extending loans to the real estate owner and operator like mortgage REITs. Last, staple REITs. It is the investment vehicles that include 2 or more separate entities stapled together to trade using new financial instruments. This time, let's look at on the company background of KLCC Real Estate Investment Trust. So this is basically the example of the product Islamic REITs. So first, it is transformed from a property company to Malaysia's largest real estate investment trust and the country's only stapled security comprising KLCC Property Holdings Berhad and KLCC REIT, KLCCP Stapled Group, a diversified office focused REIT comprising 5 Grade A offices which include the nation's iconic landmark, the Petronas Twin Towers, a premier retail mall and a luxury hotel. Next is the development of KLCC REITs. On 18 August 2004, KLCC Property Holding Berhad listed on the main board of Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad. On 27 November 2012, announcement on proposition to establish KLCC REIT as its stapled structure. On 7 May 2013, launching of prospectus completion of corporate restructuring exercise, stapling of KLCC REIT units with KLCCP shares. On 9 May 2013, KLCCP stapled securities were listed under the REITs sector of the main market of Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad as the first ever stapled security in Malaysia. Next, the advantages of Islamic REITs. So when you invest, you will get the ongoing dividend income. Second, investors are able to diversify within the real estate market by holding an interest in multiple properties. Third, REIT shares are traded on the major stock exchanges. Next, REITs are managed by highly skilled and experienced real estate professional managers. So they will guide you or even help you on how to invest in REITs. Lastly, REIT leads to a secure and stable income stream over a longer period. Next is the disadvantages of Islamic REITs. First, only 10% of income can be reinvested back into the business. Next, REIT dividends are not treated under the tax-friendly. Higher dividend payout may force management to go for higher revenge to expand real estate holdings.
In conclusion, i-REITs is the true potential is if has some improvement and made to the legislation and legislation framework. The transparency of the real estate market in Malaysia can help the boost of the property investment in Malaysia, especially in i-REIT market. Due to some restriction based on Sharia principle, the supplier of i-REIT become less than to conventional rates, because some activity is not allowed to operate and produce such as alcohol, gambling, tobacco or conventional ban, and other are banned in Islamic rate market.